Welcome everyone to our Saturday Chillax, and I think this will be the last Saturday yata na Chillax natin. Ang Chillax ay mangyayari, ano? It will be transferred. No? Parang sabi ko nga kagabi kay John, it's gonna be goodbye Chillax this Saturday and hello TGIF Chillax. It will be on Friday next week. Okay, so we start. How many do we? Let me know not if we are okay now to start with our all right. So welcome everyone, and again this is our Saturday Chillax Hang On People Enablers, and this is one of our major activity, no, for PSTD. So again, welcome everyone. So we want to know who are with us this afternoon. Yeah, we want to know how many are, ilan ang ating mga ating mga attendees this afternoon. So please respond to the demographic because we want to know sino-sino ang mga nandito, no? So what type of development practitioner are you? Soft skill trainer, you're a technical trainer, educator, coach, and so on. So we want to know, please respond to this demographic check. So we'll see. And we also want to know where you're coming from. So we'd love to have from Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. So you may also respond to the poll.
Yes, please.
Yeah, do we have from Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao? So
may mga Bisaya diha?
Yeah, may hapon sa inyong tanan, ano?
Yes.
If you are from Cebu,
Mindanao.
and that's the only dialect I know. Ilonggo, pwede rin, ano? But to the question number one, Hernan, kailangan malaman natin. Sabi nga nila, if you're a consultant, you may now check consultant or educator. And I recalled, John would say, ano yung pinakamalapit? Well, for now, we have the result. The result, wow, 75% are educator. And then, the rest are others na, 25%. So, madami po tayong mga nasa dako ng edukasyon.
Yes.
Hernan, ano?
We have a participant from Mindanao.
Yes. I think 75% from Luzon, and then Mindanao is 25%. May hapon sa inyong tanan. Is this your first time to attend, no? First time in PSTD Learn from Home series?
Apparently.
Aba, madali na lang to kasi sukin na natin sila. So I will now close this, Hernan.
Yes.
No? All right. So, yeah, this afternoon. And before we start, just a few reminders lang for those who are not yet members. We encourage you to become members, no? So these are the benefits naman of our being a member of PSTD. So again, can we not, may we now, yeah, okay, thank you. For those who are not yet member, so I encourage you to become a member, no? For individual, the membership rate is only 2,800, but the value that you will get out of it is more than that. It's about valued at 4,000. For corporate naman, it's 5,600 only. But the value you get also more. You also have freebies, like for example, this kind of activities that we have every week. And we also have the monthly Itipanan till December of 2020. So you have one slot for individual and two for corporate members. No? For the paid webinars, 2 for individuals and 5 for corporate members. So we encourage you because this is a community that we have created so many years ago na. So this is the digital learning. Meron naman tayong community of practice through this platform. And of course, also avail of the L&D resources. But what is the beauty of being a member is you have a community where we can, talk, we can discuss, we can share. We also want to encourage you to visit our website, www.pstd.org. So, yan, if you want to be a member, ito, meron po tayong scan QR code. I think most of our viewers now are, masasasang-hasa na. So, I will leave it to them to do the action after this. So, Hernan, I may now turn it over to you for the reminders. And happy learning po sa ating lahat. Hernan.
Hello, thank you very much, LV. Paalala lang po sa lahat, para ma-manage po natin ang flow of information. yung inyo pong presence will be in mute. Pero there will be times that if the question that you have or you want to add on to the discussion, please let our technical team know so that we can bring you out and allow you to share your thoughts. They will signal when this is possible. And if it's just a question and you'd like to throw it to us immediately, please use the Q&A tab of Zoom. It's in the lower portion of your screen, and you can see Q&A. Instant messages, you can use your chat tab for your comments, inputs, or just say hi to us, and set your chat to send to all panelists and attendees para makita namin yung tumatakbo sa isip ninyo. Okay? So, balik tayo dun sa isang slide na. Right, there. Ito yung mga kasama natin ngayong hapong ito. Ano ba itong Chillax? Chillax is a coffee or drink time and time for us to have a chill conversation in order to bring about actionable insights from what we went through dun sa ating, how do you call this, our Learn from Home series for this week. And it started this week with the session of Luz Magat Mercurio on managing emotions, and followed by leadership, digital leadership by the African Leadership Academy. Right? Now, ano layunin natin? What do we want to achieve for our Chillax? First, it's a recap of the major learnings from this week's webinars. We'd like to make it as relaxed as possible, so we'll try to speak in a comfortable language. Please let us know if we're talking too fast because maikli lang yung ating oras. Now, we'd like to also bring about tangible and localized examples of concepts na narinig natin from the session. It was a rich 2 sessions, and we'd like to have an opportunity to make it more practical for everyone who attended. And for those who are not able to attend, maganda itong pagkakataon para makita what did we miss. Sayang din kasi. So the next time, pwede kayo mag-attend ng ating mga free webinars na Learn from Home series. And we'd like to hear from you. For this afternoon, we've invited 2 panelists that will help us and share with us their own personal experiences on the concerns or the topics that came about this week. We'd like to introduce Ms. Shiela Cruz-Pangilinan, the country HR business lead of Mondelez Philippines Incorporated. We'll allow her to tell us more about Mondelez in a little while. Now, we also have Ms. Judith Cradidades. She is an EQ1 certified coach of Candidata Asia based in Singapore. So maybe we can hear from Shiela first.
Hi, Hernan.
Yeah, hi, Shiela.
Great afternoon, everyone. So I'm hoping you're having a Chillax Saturday. And I hope you're having your coffee as well as we converse this afternoon. Hi, Hernan. And
Tell
hi,
us more
everyone.
about you and your organization.
Okay, so I'm Shiela. I'm married. I have 2 kids. And I'm really excited to be part of this session. So I'm from Bulacan. Alam ko madaming taga-Luzon dito sa call na to. And I would like to thank you for being with us. So I've been with HR for 15 plus years. And I'm really excited about having that kind of learning opportunity. So that's me. And what do? I work for a food company. So I work for food. So we are the makers of Eden, Oreo, Chips Ahoy, and Toblerone.
Oh, my favorite.
So, and we've been exporting talent for the last 5 years. We've exported 70 great Pinoy talents across the globe. And I'm happy to share that.
Just to let you know also that we have Geneva from Cagayan de Oro. Maayong hapon, Geneva. All right. Thank you very much, Shiela. Let's move on.
Thank you.
Let's hear from Judith. Hi, Judith.
Hi, Hernan. Hi, Sheila, and everybody, and LB also, and everybody who's here. So thank you for sharing the space with me, no? So a little bit about who I am. So if you could see, a lot of the work that I do, so I'm a consultant and at the same time a coach, primarily on emotional intelligence. So maybe you would ask, bakit ako doon napasok, no? Now I'm realizing if we are intelligent enough with our emotions, it propels us to do great things. It propels us to do unimaginable things. It makes us more creative. It makes us more bold. It makes us more courageous and all that. So for me, that's the reason why I'm drawn to the practice. So right now, what I do is I work with organizations to help harness, or harvest the collective emotional intelligence within the organization. Apart from that, I also like to spend my time educating others. I feel like, education is very close to me. So I do some work teaching and at the same time volunteering, because I know that every opportunity, it's not just a teaching moment, but also a learning moment from me. So I do a lot of volunteer work on the side. And because of that, it has enabled me to share my talent, not just here in the Philippines, but also abroad, working with NGOs, working with leaders from other organizations abroad. And for me, nothing could be more than exciting than that. So thank you for having me in this afternoon session.
Thank you very much, Judith. Tamang-tama naman itong mga naimbitahan natin. Thank you for being with us kasi this last week's sessions talked about how people dealt with situations during this pandemic crisis. And maraming emotional issues that were brought about and maraming uncertainty. Sabi nga, we're in a VUCA situation now. It's very volatile, uncertain, and a lot of emotions just come about. And mahirap talagang to manage how we feel. And because of that, magandang pag-usapan siguro ngayong hapon. Ano ba yung maybe we can ask our audience. How did you feel during, or how are you feeling now, or how did you feel when this pandemic came about? No? Everybody was uprooted, everybody was unbalanced, uncertain. Ano yung mga napagdaanan niyo? Maybe you can chat it out with us, put it in the chat box. I'll give you a few minutes, maybe around 1. So, very quickly lang, how did you feel or how are you feeling right now? Right? So, tingnan natin. Ayan, may mga from Malabon. Yan. Baka naman merong gustong magsabi, ano ang mga naramdaman ninyo? Ano yung mga pinagdaanan natin during this pandemic? Ako kasi, when it started, I didn't know what to do. I'm a trainer. So, when classroom training was put aside, anong gagawin ko? I'm not employed. I have no salary. So, anong gagawin ko? Ang daming fear and uncertainty. And the only way that I could put sense to what I'm doing is I did volunteer work. I volunteered for the office of the Vice President as driver, bringing volunteers as well, and as well as equipment, PPEs, food, and even at times I brought some patients. I was driver for patients. So just to put sense in what's happening. O, sino pong pwede magbigay ng kanilang mga pananaw? How about our panelists? What did you go through, especially during the beginning of this pandemic? Anyone would like?
Maybe I could take that on. And I like that question, Hernan, because this is unexpected, no? And for the most part, just like what Lou shared last week in her webinar, is when we're met with something new and unfamiliar, there's always an emotional response or reaction to it. Nobody knew. Now, thinking back, 100 or so days ago, I didn't know that this is how it's gonna turn out. So what I remember, what I could share with you is my own journey as I went or navigated through the process. Baka din sana makarelate yung iba nating mga nakikinig ngayong araw na ito. So maybe the first thing I would want to assure or invite everyone is that whatever it is that you felt, and no matter what day it is, you have every right, or you have give yourself permission to feel that way. It's okay to feel whatever. What I want us to understand is that emotion is it's not bad, nor is it good. For me, I would consider emotion as energy in motion. It is just a sort of an information. It's a data point, ika nga. Kaya tayo may naramdaman, it's because there's something being communicated to us. So let's just say that emotion, whatever it is that we're feeling, it's our body's way of telling us, tune in, that we understand ourselves. So that is the first thing that I've done during the pandemic, the first days. I know that I'm feeling something. So let me share a framework with you that I use. I call it ruler. R-U-L-E-R. Sa mga teachers, yung ruler, the number one is to recognize that I'm feeling something. And whatever it is that I'm feeling, I'm not judging it. I'm giving permission dun sa feeling. Kung nung una, katulad ni Hernan, alam ko umiiyak pa ako nung una. And sasabihin, teka muna, emotional intelligent expert na to, ha? Bakit ka nagiging anxious? Bakit ka natatakot? Bakit ka etchos-etchos, right? But let me tell you that I know that I need to just recognize the feeling. Wala mo nang basagan ng trip. Naramdaman ko I was so anxious because a lot of the thing, my practice has also been disrupted because I do a lot of one-on-ones, right? And alam din naman natin, normally pag company, ang unang tatanggalin mo ng budget or isa-suspend yun sa training, right?
Right.
So my craft was disrupted, number one. And second is I was also in a position where I had to house some people with vulnerabilities because I had a sister who was manifesting symptoms. So kinuha ko yung mom ko, kinuha ko yung pamangkin ko, and that is causing a lot of stress. So, and I'm used to living by myself. So I'm not used to having people. So it's like everything is disrupted. Just recognize the feeling, right? So yun lang. Sa akin, una is recognize the feeling and what the others might be feeling, who are in the same space with me. So second is what I had also done is you understand where the feeling is coming from. Ano kaya yung source ng anxiety? Definitely yung anxiety at yung takot may pinanggagalingan yan. May pinasabi sa akin yan. So what I've done is just like pause. What is this emotion telling me? Ano siya natatakot? Bakit siya anxious? Remember, our bodies are smart. It wants us to survive and thrive, right? So it's signaling, this is something different for you. Hindi to normal na nararamdaman mo. So it's just telling me to be aware of it. So understand where the feeling is coming from. And after number is L, label it. Una, akala ko angry. Hindi pala ako angry kasi wala naman ako magagawa sa virus. It's just I feel like I'm so restricted.
Right.
So I was not angry. So I was able to, I'm limited, I'm restricted. So, and I know that when I feel I'm so used to being free, I'm so used to, kahit saan ako magpunta, pwede kong gawin, pwede kong i-approach, meron kong nakasanayan gawin, the way of doing things. So I know that when that was disrupted, una anger, but apparently when I was understanding what it is, it's not really anger, but it's more of because I'm frustrated of my limitation. I'm frustrated with the restriction. I'm not allowed to do what I normally do. And then after that, I was able to express. This is the part where I struggled a little bit. I was able to express to people, not to myself and to others, what I'm really feeling. Hindi para magranta, ay, bugnot ako, naiinis ako, wag niyo akong kausapin. Not that. I was able to express it in a way to inform them. That way they could understand also where I'm coming from. So sometimes pag medyo natutulala ako, kasi I'm thinking, na-disrupt yung kabuhayan ko. So baka lang nagmumuni-muni ako, what are the next steps? So I was able to express the feelings that invites others to understand where I'm coming from. That they would also deal with me in a very compassionate way. And next is that the R is to regulate so that I could manage what I'm doing. So yun yung aking framework just to understand, go through the emotions, right? So as I was transitioning from week 1, week 2, week 3, ipasok natin yung senior sa atin ni Luz, di ba? Firstly, nag-resist. Right? Of course, I would resist. In denial kasi, iniisip ko pa, sandali lang to, baka mga 2 weeks lang, 1 month lang yan, or something, and then magbubukas na ulit, right? So I was trying so actually, I froze nga eh. I'm not gonna do anything just yet. I will wait it out, right? And then when things are slowly, I'm realizing, hold on, this is gonna be a little bit more permanent, right? A little bit more permanent. I went through each phase. I go through what do I need to understand about myself? Right? What is it really now? How can I express it? And then I could regulate it. So each phase, so una ni-resist ko muna siya. And I know I felt sadness. I felt grief. Grief kasi kailangan kong i-let go. Bitawan yung mga nakaraan. Hindi na pwedeng face-to-face. Siguro napapansin nyo sa decorum ko, I really love interaction. No? I love seeing people face-to-face. So I was grieving the loss of that. The high touch, high fidelity interaction with a lot of people. So I grieved a little bit of that. But knowing, and then I'm noticing, sandali, I have the agency and the capacity to shift my feelings. Kasi kung hindi, stress mode tayo palagi, heightened, at hindi yun sustainable. Yung feeling na nandun ka lang sa isang phase ng emotion, hindi rin yun healthy. Because your body is always producing these hormones or chemicals that may actually even affect our immunity. So knowing that this is what I feel and I have the agency, so I could reframe. So in periods of uncertainty, tandang-tanda ako, tinanong ko lang sarili ko, was there a moment in the past that I may have encountered something and what did I do? So yan na, nagre-reframe na ako, right? So ni-recall ko lang yung mga moments, may pinagdaanan na ba ako? Not pandemic, but hardship, adversity. At anong ginawa ko? Ayan na. I started to slowly feeling there are possibilities and opportunities that I'm seeing. That's when pati yung feeling ko nagbabago na. So na-excite na ako, pwede palang hindi ako stuck. Meron pala ring may sinasabi sa akin yung pagkakataon, right? And then from there, I'm noticing shifts in my perspective, in my feeling, right? And even in the way I deal with a lot of people. So when I was finally able to reframe it, like, sige, ngayon, upskill, tingnan ko yung ginagawa ng ibang tao. Sanay kasi ako sa high touch. Tingnan ko yung ginagawa nila. Maybe I could learn from it. Another thing is, I checked on my clients too, existing clients. And for me, the checking part is just to ask them, tulad ng ginawa ni Hernan kanina, kumusta kayo? Ang tanong ko pa nga, hindi lang minsan, how are you? What is it like to be with you today? Para mas granular, ano kaya yung, kung kasama mo ako ngayon, ano kaya yung mapapansin ko sa'yo? Kaysa sabihin nila lang, sakto lang, alam tayo mga Pilipino, sanay sa, okay lang, sakto lang, right? Ganito lang, pag tinanong mo naman sakto, ano ibig sabihin nun? Sakto lang, so hindi pa rin sakto, di ba? So sometimes, if I were in the same room with you, how does it look like to be with you today? And then I help them understand, and as you know, and as I understanding the needs of the market, my clients, etc., pumunta na ako dun sa restart stage. Sabi ko, eto na, hindi lang pala ako nag-iisa. Marami palang ganito rin yung pinagdadaanan. And from there, I was able to, okay, this time, again, going through the R, again, nakikita ko ng changes ng emotions ko. And then I said, maybe this is really the new normal. And that's when I kept on saying yes to opportunities like this, right? I've accepted it. I'm jump-starting again. Opportunities are opening up in a field that maybe I'm not very comfortable with just yet, but I'm just, renewing my commitment. This is telling me something. The situation is asking me to do something right now, and that is the part that is exciting. So, kanina, girib ako, ngayon nasa exciting mode. But it doesn't mean that I will not feel fearful or stress during, tandaan natin, meron tayong tawag dyan pag sabay-sabay yung emotions. Mixed emotions, right? So, Is that, but just kaya yung ruler, yung kaninang shinare ko, just recognize, give space to the feeling, understand what gives it, listen to it. Meron akong technique din sinasabi, if my emotion has a voice, what will it be telling me? So my anxiety is just telling me, I'm just protective of you, Judith. I'm just protecting you, right? So yun. And then from there, transition to the new extraordinary or greatness. So now I'm in the restart phase. I'm a little bit anxious still, but hopeful and excited.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Judith. This leads us to the first question for this afternoon. Diba? Yan. The first question that was brought about is, ano nangyayari sa inyo? Ano yung pinagdadaanan ninyo na kagaya ng kwento ni Judith? Baka may sharing si Sheila. Sheila, are you with us? Sheila? Hello? Okay. So, medyo ang atin talagang technical difficulties kapag live na ganito. Yung ating yung ating, how do you call this? Technology. So, let me share with you my own personal journey. Sabi ko nga, biglang walang training, biglang walang kahit ano. What do I do? Napapansin ko yung mga tao sa Facebook ko, mahaba mga balbas. No, walang oras magpagupit at walang pakialam. 'Di ba? Tapos biglang unti-unti nagkakaroon ng pagbabago. Oh, andito na yata uli si Sheila. Sheila, are you with us?
Yeah, hi Hernan, I'm back.
Yay. Hi Sheila.
Technical glitches. Yeah, but I really like what Judith mentioned. So it's about labeling the emotions and being aware about it.
Oo.
So I guess where we stand, I would like to share with all of you that I think the emotions that we've gone through is something unique and something personal to all of us. So similarly, for me, I felt a shock and I felt helpless during that time. So sabi nga nila, no, it's very important for all of us because we're human being, we have to feel the feeling, diba? Sabi nga, ramdamin mo yung pakiramdam na yan because that's only your emotional feeling and it's something personal to you. But at the end of the day, we have to be reminded that, we don't have to become the emotion, but we have to make sure that we witness it, we allow it, and we release it. So where I stand back then, of course, I have kids, I have a husband, I have a work as well to support. I felt really shocked about it because I'm not really sure if it's really going to stay that long. I'm not really sure if it's really that deadly. So I think madami akong thoughts sa isip ko na, drove my emotions. So yung emotions ko, it's about worry, anxiety, and fear of the unknown. But I guess it took a while for me to realize that given the fact that I'm going through that kind of emotions, it's actually constricting the way I think and the way I become more creative. So my situation noon, I have to work longer time because I felt that, I have to do a lot of things wherein I don't have any focus. That's ang nararamdaman ko. And similarly, I have the tendency actually to be, I would say, super driven for result because in my role, actually, we have to ensure that our people are safe. That's number one. Number two, we also have a commitment to lead to the government's call to produce the product for the Filipino, for the masang Pinoy. And I have to ensure, being in my role also, to have that kind of, I would say, opportunity to be the sounding board for leadership team to do what is right. And similarly, to make sure also that our people are safe and even our family. So yung first siguro, it's more of resisting it because I felt that hindi ko alam kung ano nangyayari. And it's very natural because, for example, kung babagsak ang ilaw, we will not think, is it going to fall 45 degrees or 60 degrees angle? But outrightly, our emotion will speak for our being, right? Mm-hmm. And similarly, I would say that, after that, I realized that if I get to be hijacked with the emotions that I have, I won't be having that opportunity to become a business solution driver for the situation, for our people, and for our, I would say, for our team as well. So yun, parang naging very creative kami just to make sure that we get to have that opportunity to understand each and everyone's perspective and come up with a business solution to have business continuity. And similarly, making sure that everyone is safe. And the restart actually is about making sure that you have that kind of opportunity to have that kind of creativity and connect. So siguro ang malaking bagay sa reframe and restart is more of reconnecting with people because it gives you energy because we are socially connected to each other. So yung tinatawag nating restriction about mobility, it can actually drive our emotions to be happier again and to be more creative and innovative once again. So where I am now, I'm in the restart mode already.
Grabe, no? Parang mahalaga pala that you go beyond yourself. Parang I don't know, as I was listening to the stories, you move from face to face as you realize it's not about you alone. Meron palang like especially for those that are in human resource, you have to look after the business, you have to look after your people, you have to look after the organization that you are tasked to do. Sa mga teachers kaya, kasi maraming educators eh. Ano mga pinagdaanan nyo? Right? Tanungin natin ng mga teachers, andyan po ba kayo? Maraming educators dyan eh. Na kagaya ni Judith, mahalaga yung face-to-face, mahalaga yung interaction. Ano ang inyong mga, baka meron kayong pwedeng ibahagi sa amin. Maybe you can share. Hello? Andyan pa ba kayo? Okay? Share with us, ano yung mga pinagdaanan? Ano yung mga naramdaman ninyo? Ito, sabi ni Miss Maribel, ang pinagdaanan daw niya, naging challenge sa kanya is letting go of what I felt an expert on and to move into an area so new. Oo, grabe. Diba? Parang, parang ang daming kailangang bitawan. Kayo ba, panelists, Sheila and Judith, do you have any same experience on this or feelings?
Yeah, I guess from my end, yung nilet go siguro will be number one, yung usual, I would say, comfort that you have because of the pandemic, comfort of having that kind of, I would say, familial presence. Yun yung medyo nawala, yung mga kamag-anak mo, hindi mo nakikita. Yung daily routine mo, medyo nawala. So kung medyo you would like to have, great coffee every day in that specific area, then you get to miss that. And then similarly, I would say the challenge also is about being able to communicate and connect with the community. Kasi sa akin, very important yun eh. It gives me energy connecting with people. It gives me energy talking with people in all walks of life. So medyo mahirap yun kasi you have to let go the physical interaction and the physical connection. So yun, tsaka siguro yung mahirap din na pinagdaanan is more of understanding also that you have limitations now. Because before we are so blessed to have that ability to move, ability to do what we want to do, but now we have a lot of limitations. But at the end of the day, going back, what can really help is understanding that you have option. Either you feel victim about it or you're victorious about the opportunity to spend more time with your family. Like before, I don't get to have, lunch with my family or breakfast with my family. But now I realize with this one, I'm blessed because I get to have lunch and meals with them. Something like that. And even the morning walk.
Ang ganda no? Ang ganda, parang you get to see the blessings that you have instead of what makes it difficult. Diba? And it's a very good insight. Ang ganda nung you now have time to have lunch. Right? How about Judith?
For me naman, similar to what Sheila is saying, no, I've noticed sa akin yung nag-shift, what the things I need to let go are my previous definitions of certain things, like productivity. Dati, the number of tasks, number of trainings you've conducted, number of this and that and that. Pero ngayon, parang feeling ko, the productivity part does not necessarily have to be the number of activities you've done, but more on the impact of the work that you're doing. So ngayon, yun yung napansin ko na I have to let go of my previous model of how that works. Now to maybe sometimes more intentional interaction could be more powerful and impactful. So sa akin, that's one. To yung the connection also, how are we gonna connect, no? This time, what I need to let go of is, for the most part, because I'm also a consultant, so for the most part, people come to you for questions, asking you for solutions and your expertise. What I also noticed that I had to let go of is my constant desire to be on top of it. So this time, I also need to pivot from the consultant mode to co-learner, co-creator, co-journeyer mode. And just to let go that sometimes ngayon, napapansin ko yung sarili ko na when I talk to some of the executives I work with, sometimes I tell them, honestly, I don't know. Would you be willing to explore options? Would you be open to check out possibilities? So yun yung pero mahirap yun ha. At first kasi expert ka nga baka pwedeng sabihin sa'yo, ay ano ba yan, right? Pero kasi ngayon I'm looking at this as an opportunity to shift the language, how I interact and how I connect with a lot of my clients whom I work with. Kasi importante, no? Importante din na pag-usapan natin na aminin, no? Lahat tayo bago sa pagkakataong to. At okay lang na bago sa atin lahat to, and let's just co-create. Siguro the reason why I said that that's very powerful for me is that yung nangyari problema nung nakaraan, yun ang gusto ko sanang makalimutan na. So I'm also shifting or pivoting my focus. Kasi a lot of the things, no, dati hindi pwede yung mga akala natin, pwede pala ngayon, pwede ka pala pa rin gawin mo to, pwede ka pala mag-interact. So now feeling ko maybe the way we do things, I gotta be bolder in driving that communication. So that is just for me, it's like para yung mga dating inefficiencies, yung mga old ways of doing things, ngayon, pwede na. We can co-create that feeling in this new normal. So those are for me are the things that I need to let go of, and that enables me to show up differently sa hindi pa pala to post-COVID, post-ECQ.
Post-ECQ pala.
Oo, may COVID pala kasi. Yes.
I'd just like to share what Vivian Carr shared with the chat. Sabi niya, maybe there are challenges, but definitely communication is one. I agree. Right? Talagang the greatest challenge now is how do we connect, not just communicate, but to connect na nawala talaga dun sa iba. No? May naka-post na slide. Ang sabi niya slide, now that we are starting the new normal, no? We'd like to know, nasaan kayo? Nasaan phase kayo ngayon dun sa yung 3 phases? Resist, reframe, or restart. And if you want to share with us why, let us know as well. So meron tayong poll na ibinato sa inyo. Pakisagot nyo lang. Nasaan kayo ngayon? Resist, reframe, or restart? Alright? I'll give you a couple of days to answer this. Mga 2 minutes. Isang pindot lang naman yan. And think about it. Bakit? And what do you think would be your way of getting out of this phase? Alright? So, 2 minutes. And in the meantime, nasaan ba ako? Mukhang ang hirap magpunta doon sa restart but I'm currently, I think, in the restart phase. Okay, I'm currently in the restart phase and mukhang I'm shifting focus of career. Kasi acceptance of what we currently have now, I can go back to doing what I used to do. Pero as of now, parang maganda itong bagong pinatutunguhan. Alright. So, habang wala pa namang sumasagot, ayun, merong isa dito. Ayan, lumitaw na yung poll. 44% are in the reframe phase. And marami na rin nasa restarting and meron pang 22% na resisting. I personally believe mahirap talagang lumipat ng phases. Maybe Judith or Sheila, you may have your thoughts on the result of the polls. Can you see? Can you
Yes.
see the polls?
Yes, thank you. And I'm really impressed, no, with people identifying kung nasaan sila. Yun yung isa sa akin na nakita kong napaka-positive nito is they could identify where they are. So they know that once you know where you are, you have the capacity to move. Right? Meron kang, pwede mong nandito ako ngayon. Ngayon, pwede na akong gumalaw. Papunta sa kanan, papunta sa diretso, papunta sa likod. It's up to them, whatever works for them. So, ito yung nakita kong maganda. Sabi ko, wow, most of them know where they are. And that's a good place to start. Another thing that I also noticed that I'm liking in this is that kanya-kanya tayong journey, right? And we do have our own way of handling, managing the situation. And what I like about this is people's boldness to share. This is where I'm at, right? This is the place where I'm at. And I'm willing to explore whatever it is where I'm at so that I'm in a position to move my place. So yun yung nakita ko. Kanya-kanya tayong speed, kanya-kanya tayo ng pace, kanya-kanya tayo ng understanding. And what I like is that there's diversity in this. You know, there's beauty in being in different places, right? Yeah, so we could offer them a helping hand or so. So knowing where you are opens you up for a lot of possibilities. So if you're in the resisting stage, so maybe this is a time to ask yourself, what am I afraid to let go of? And what I can welcome, no? If we're in the reframing stage, this is an opportunity for us to really seek help, like understand, nasa reframe na ako, what opportunities are coming to life that maybe I'm not seeing?
Yes.
Identify what do I need? What is the support that I would be needing? What are my inner resources? You know, past successes, inner resources that I could tap on so that I could move to the next step. And for those who are restarting, you know, they could be like, you know, really focus on what are the sources of energy, right? That you can hold on to, that could capitalize on to ano yun, parang to review up.
Yes.
So, kasi marami pa ring emotional challenges na ikakaharap ka when you're in that phase. So that is just very beautiful for me, knowing where they are and knowing that they can move from one phase to another. And for me, that is just very beautiful to see
Our
that.
participants are sharing. Sabi nila, one of the things that can challenge your shifting from face to face is the internet stability. Grabe daw ang internet stability. At may worry pa, concern, that baka mawala yung internet because of the rain. Grabe, I wish the rain will not affect my internet signal. Right? Pero si Miss Maribel, I think, is now reframing and starting to restart. Kasi sabi niya, nag-start na ako doing the work in the new platform using the new principles and standards. So it's being able to tap into that new energy or that energy that can allow you to move forward. Pero yung moving forward, I think in the profession that we are in, mahalaga yung ano yung naibibigay natin, ano yung ginagawa natin for others. I heard kanina si Sheila said, meron akong kailangang gawin para sa business, no, para sa how do you call this, business goals ng organization and for the people that they are serving. That's the second question that we'd like to pose this afternoon. What have you been doing in the organization that allows us to help others move on through the transition of phases? Yan, as a talent development practitioner, how are you helping, excuse me, hindi COVID ito, electric fan lang. As a talent development practitioner, how are you helping the organization transition to the new learning environment? And maybe we can ask Sheila, kasi in your
Okay.
work as the
Oo.
HR head, HR country head, ang daming challenges na pinagdadaanan
Mm,
mo in helping your
mm,
organization. Can you
mm.
share with us your insights and the practices that you've had?
Okay, so I love the question, no, because I think in all our roles, like you, Hernan, Judith, LD, and myself, and I think the rest of the teachers as well, we are like, talent developer in all the things that we do. So where I stand in here is that, number one, I think we have to remember that if you're not okay, you cannot help anyone to be okay. So kung ikaw ay hindi mo alam na kailangan mo tulungan ng sarili mo, then you cannot help others to be a better version of themselves. So I guess that's why very, very important yung, I would say, stages that we have. Resist, reframe, and then restart. If you haven't gone through to the next stage, it will be very difficult for you to be, I would say, a people developer and a people supporter. That's number one. So in my role, actually, I guess it's okay to feel not okay. Feel that and make sure that you're aware about it. Kasi nga, I really like the framework of Corn Ferry. Self-awareness is the key. So kung di mo alam kung yung impact mo sa ibang tao, then definitely it will be very hard for you to drive the people agenda and the business agenda. So the first thing that we've done actually is number one, making sure that we make our people and talent safe. So safety first, that's number one. So you can never be, you cannot talk about strategic part of it if you're not providing the basic needs of your people. So basic needs will be, they're okay. They have the safety, number one. Number two, they have the basic needs. And then number three, of course, we have to make sure that their family is okay, diba? Secondly, is making sure also that they have the opportunity to bring out their passion, so their purpose actually, because all of us were designed actually to live our purpose. So if they're not aligned with the purpose, definitely they'll be having challenges on that. So the second one actually is make it with passion, making sure that they are connected to their personal purpose in the organization. So what we've been doing there actually is we get to have the one-on-one team connect. So we've aligned with a people manager to make sure that, the mere fact that we are working in a different world, you have to listen more than talk more. Kasi hindi mo maintindihan ang feelings ng tao mo kung ikaw bilang people manager or functional lead, you get to talk. You won't never understand their feelings. So that's number one. Making sure that you connect with them, you connect with passion. And as people manager also, you will be the gateway with regard to how they see the organization. Through that, functional connect, very important. Sit with your people, understand their feelings, their worries, their thoughts, and then make sure that you provide what they need. Salary, guarantee them that they get to have the salary on time, the benefits. And then secondly, I would say make it with pride, making sure that, at the end of the day, they have that learning opportunity still as talent. Once they get to have that kind of stability and normalcy, then you can talk about development now because you're able to provide the basic needs already. So you get to talk about what further support do you need to be more effective? How can I help you to, make sure that you are basically effective and connected? And then lastly also is making sure that we make it with fun. So talent development is unleashing that kind of uniqueness of a person, no? So yung uniqueness na yon can be done by thematic functional meeting, virtually. You can also have thematic team celebration, or even, so yung thematic team celebration, Hernan, for example, we get to have hat party, like hats off to all the nurses and doctors who've been helping out in the COVID situation. Medyo lahat kami mag-attend kami ng party via link call, naka-hat party kami. Or we can also show our workplace, kung naka-pajama ka ba habang nag-work, it's okay. May mga ganun kaming picture. And then we get to send prizes. And in between, we try to, delight our employees as well by sharing some gift care pack. So we've been sending them our Mondelez product, and then a note as well, and a quote. So those little things actually can help, especially on this trying times. Sabi nga nila, if you want to feel good and be good, do something good. So I think that really helps our talent to be connected, to be high performer, and to be committed and passionate about where they belong.
Wow, I would love to receive one of those gift packs from Mondelez. Diba?
Siyempre, we'll give that to you, Hernan. When I get to see you. Pati si Judith and LV. Pati si John and Luz.
And ang mahalaga yung
I feel good already.
maganda na merong di ba, fun element. Parang kasing may fear na there's no way for me to do what I used to do. Kasi iba na, iba yung paraan, iba yung modality. Sabi ni Vivian, probably she is in the reframing phase because there are things that I need to consider facing in and to look forward to. And nawala yung iba eh. People lost that, what do I look forward to? And ang ganda ng experience with Mondelez. That ang feeling nila, hindi sila nabitawan. Great. Sheila, would you like to chime in on something? Oh, Sheila, sorry. Judith?
Yeah, I like what I heard from Sheila. So, because she's in company, no, ako naman outsider from somebody who works with companies as an outsider. So, what I've helped doing is parang harvest. So, as a talent developer, no, so I want to harvest. I think that has been my role in the past couple of weeks or so. So when I come into a facilitation space, whether Zoom, coaching, or whatever, right, I just draw out the learnings, the things, their insights that are worked for them, for the organization. So I just want to acknowledge and celebrate that. Because sometimes, we're thinking, nag-iisip tayo, uncertain. Baka hindi natin kaya to. But what I just wanted to draw out, at least that has been my role as a developer, right? It's just to know that they already have what it takes to enable them to become successful in the next phase of where they're going. So just tap into that to harvest their collective intelligence. And that also includes the emotional part of it. So that's one. Just another thing is just like, gusto ko rin yung sinasabi din ni Sheila. So may I share a tip parang for individuals daw to reach peak performance, it should have an element of these three things. Number one, of course, is fun, right? Lalo ngayon, we should look for moments where you could inject fun kasi it produces a certain hormones that energizes you, but not all the time. But there's got to be moments of those. Second is, may element of a little bit of uncertainty. That way, you're forced to think, inactivate mo yung prefrontal cortex where your creativity comes from, right? And then third is your ability to focus, right? Just give them concentrated jobs, yung assuring them that your job is still there, that you're expecting the best from them in that particular area. So the dynamics, the interplay of the fun, the fear, and the focus would enable to bring out the best in individuals so that they discover, the newness, the opportunities, the ways that they have not thought of before in order to cope with the situation. So I like what I heard from Sheila, that they're really doing it intentionally in Mondelez. And that is also the role that I'm trying. So whenever I go to a space as a consultant, as an educator, I just want to make sure there's elements of fun, element of fear. Kasi totoo naman. I mean, fear is yung, there's a certain, just nudge them a little bit na this is okay to be uncomfortable so that, they can focus on the new tasks ahead. So wonderful story from Sheila, and hopefully some are.
Thank you, Judith. Ang daming insights for this afternoon. And listening to what Judith and Sheila was sharing, parang they want to bring something contribute something to the world that they live with, na parang people they get in touch with. Kayo, may question. Siguro itong question na to na gusto nating pagtapusan ng tanong na the question is, what gift What gift will you give to the world in order for the world to move on to the next phase? So it's a poll. If you want, it's called the Mentimeter. Paki-ano na lang, pakisagot nyo na lang ito. But we'd like to use this as the final word from our panelists. What gift is it that you would like to give to the world for the world to be able to move to its next phase? Yes. So unahin natin si Judith.
The gift that I want to give to the world is the permission to feel, right? So that you could capitalize on that emotion. Love, even anger, sometimes is a powerful gift to push us to move, to do something good and amazing. So that is my gift. Just allow yourself to feel everything
Allow
that you're
yourself to feel. Right. Oh, because we stop ourselves from feeling, di ba? There are a lot of times say, I should not feel this way. That's very good. Thank you very much. And Sheila, what is
I love, yeah. I think for this one, I love the question, and I love the thoughts of Judith around this one is, having that, gift of feeling. Yeah, from my end, I think where we stand now, the feeling of being grateful can give a lot of, I would say, color and purpose to our life. Because if, the mere fact that we are living, we are free from the disease, and we're able to communicate, connect, and be empowered to do what we want, then that's something that that's something actually that we can give the world, in the gift of being grateful. Because at the end of the day, if you're contented on what you have, then you can enjoy life.
thank you? Sarap naman nun. The gift of being grateful. And a lot of people have forgotten that there are a lot of things to be thankful for. Just this morning, I woke up to the sound of birds. Yeah, it's a gift that this pandemic has given me, to be able to listen to the world around me with more open ears and appreciate the people that are around me, the sunshine, the breeze, even during the hot day, pag may pumasok na hangin na, uy, malamig. Ang sarap ng feeling. Yeah, it makes you look forward to the next
Right.
thing that will happen. Sabi ng mga attendees natin, so far, ito nakasulat sa kanilang Mentimeter. My talent, they'd like to give this gift of their talent, a gift of understanding, a gift of courage, empathy, love. These are all positive. O yan, a listening ear. Grabe.
Ganda, no?
And if only all of this are put together, love, respect, wow, what a powerful world we'll be living in.
A better Philippines, right?
Yes. And that's something that may be the new normal. Because a lot of people have forgotten all of this. Right? That must be the new normal. And with that, we'd like to thank our panelists. Thank you very much for this very, very hope-filled afternoon and session. We'd like to thank Sheila, and we'd like to thank Judith for giving us your time for us to listen to your expertise and to your thoughts, and to allow us to go into your own personal journey as well.
But we have a good number. We have 23 people who are actually, watching this Chillax this afternoon. Happy Saturday sa ating lahat. Sheila, Judith, Hernan, and of course, Nath, who is actually behind. Thank you very much for all the panelists, and of course for our viewers. Maraming salamat sa inyo, and I think mayroon tayong isa pang minuto. Sayang naman putulin natin ito, no? Anything that you want to promote, Hernan?
Yes, please.
Okay.
For the next week, I think our Chillax sessions will be on a Friday.
Oh yeah, yes.
And it's going to be gamified, more exciting, and it may have prizes.
Uy,
Hence
wow.
your
Oo.
prizes.
Oo, thank you for reminding me for that, no? Meron tayong prizes. Umattend ka na, may prize ka
Panalo
pa.
ka. Kaya pag
Diba? Oo.
PSTD, sulit na sulit.
Sulit na sulit. At saka, hindi na kasi siya Sabado, no? We found out na
Yeah.
probably we can do this chillax in the evening of Friday. So, parang hindi na tayo a glass of juice or something, but probably a glass of wine.
Beer?
Alright, so with that, maraming salamat sa inyo and see you in our next chillax.
Yes.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
so we now end. Bye! Happy
Bye.
Saturday!
Bye. Thank you.